Hi, this is Greg McLaughlin from the Rebel Base Card Podcast, and you are listening to Star Wars Reactions, elegant discussion for a more civilized age.
There's been an awakening. Have you felt it?
In 1977, George Lucas formed a legacy.
The Force is with me, and I am with the Force.
Inspired by mythology, his saga has become a passion for many.
Feel the Force around you.
His legend has become our story.
It's true. All of it.
One of resistance,
We are the spark that'll light the fire that'll bring the First Order down.
rebellion,
Rebellion is built on hope.
and redemption.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
This is Star Wars Reactions.
Remember, the Force will be with you. Always.
Hello and welcome to Star Wars Reactions. We're so happy you are joining us this week. My name is Aaron Harrison, and of course, not joining me this week is David Motters, my co-host. He does have the week off, so have fun, David. Get some rest and relaxation. Have some fun. But for me, I'm joining you this week, and I'm bringing you a new part of Star Wars Reactions. This is our Saga World Report. If you missed the debut in episode 176, this is something news for us, where I will be sitting down and bringing you the news and announcements from around the Star Wars saga. This is stuff that we normally just don't have time to get into during our normal show, but we still wanted you to know about, so we figured we would do just, a little news show. So welcome to the Saga World Report for July 26th, 2024. Let's see what's happening in the news around the Star Wars galaxy. Recently, on Thursday, July 25th, 2024, Lucasfilm held their official panel entitled Star Wars Stories from a Galaxy Far, Far Away at this year's San Diego Comic-Con. The panel, which was hosted by Patton Oswalt, included a series of authors of upcoming Star Wars content, as well as the voices behind the upcoming game Star Wars Outlaws. The panel was used to make 9 announcements for upcoming books and comic content. These announcements include multiple connections to the recently ended series, The Acolyte. So let's go over what those announcements were so you know what they are. The first was an adult novel entitled Star Wars The Acolyte Wayseeker. This is set 20 years before the events of the series, and the novel explores the life of Vernestra Rwoh. This, of course, will be released in 2025 and is written by Justina Ireland. Another Acolyte tie-in will be a young adult novel written by Tessa Groton. This will be coming out July of 2025 and follows fan favorites Jord Fandor and Jackie Lon and tells a story set before, of course, the events of the series. And we all know what happens in the series. So be on the lookout for that next year. The Marvel's High Republic comic series was announced that it will continue, and author Cavan Scott revealed that it will be getting its own Acolyte tie-in as they add Master Kelnaka to the series. Kelnaka will be joining Kev Trennis and his gang as the stories pick up as new issues drop February of 2025. But before that happens, Marvel will be releasing a Kelnaka one-shot comic written by Cavan Scott, giving fans who may not have watched The Acolyte an introduction to the Wookiee Jedi Master. Now, if you're like me and you enjoy the visual guides and the art of books, you like the concept art and behind-the-scenes stuff, these next 4 announcements will be right up your alley. I was excited for these and still am. First, of course, it was announced that we are getting The Art of Star Wars The High Republic Volume 2 I am so excited for this. It will be released later this year. This book will look at the concept art of Phase 2 and Phase 3 of the publishing initiative. This, of course, is being penned by Kristen Baver, who did the first Volume 1, and will be forwarded by Rebecca Henderson, who, of course, is the actress who portrayed Vanessa Rowe in The Acolyte. Also, for you art lovers, Kristen Baver is penned The Art of the Acolyte, which will be released next July. This will give us a glimpse of the concept art, the costume design, creature illustrations, and so much more from the series. Plus, the book is forwarded by Acolyte creator Leslie Headland. Along with these Acolyte books, a surprise announcement of a brand new visual guide was announced as well. Penned by Pablo Hidalgo, published by DK Publishing. The Acolyte visual guide will be released sometime next year and will be full of fun facts, photos, and more about the characters, ships, planets, and tech from the series. Of course, continuing along the art style books, Dark Horse announced that we will be getting the art of Star Wars Outlaws, which will give us a behind-the-scenes glimpse into the first ever open-world Star Wars game. So be on the lookout for that. No release date yet, but look out for that. It should be coming soon with the video game coming out soon. Last but not least, Hasbro announced they will be expanding their Acolyte footprint in their Black Series collection with the release of a new figure of Jedi Master Vernestra Rowe. Be on the lookout for that. Pictures look great of that figure, so be on the lookout. And of course, this was just day one of San Diego Comic-Con. If more information and more news comes out, we will do our best to get that news to you and let you know. So be on the lookout for that. Now, continuing with the news, before San Diego Comic-Con even began, StarWars.com made a series of announcements for some comics that were coming out. These, of course, have some great stories in them, so let's go over those announcements real quick as well. The first is a brand new comic series from Marvel. This will take a look at the final battle of the Galactic Civil War. This comic series, entitled Star Wars: The Battle of Jakku, Insurgency Rising, will be released October 2nd, 2024. Will be written by Alex Segura, with pencils by Leonard Kirk, Stefano Raffaelli, and Jethro Morales. Dark Horse Comics announced it will be releasing a prequel trilogy graphic novel. This is actually a collection of the illustrated adaptations of The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, as well as Revenge of the Sith. Be on the lookout as this hits the shelves November 12th, 2024. We did get the cover and release date for the upcoming brand new Star Wars Encyclopedia. This will be hitting shelves November 5th, 2024. It's been penned by a plethora of fantastic authors, including our friend and the host of Coffee with Kenobi, Dan Z. So make sure you get that picked up when it comes out November 5th of this year. Ultimately, 2 more comics were also announced with this announcement on StarWars.com. Star Wars The High Republic Adventures, Dispatches from the Occlusion Zone #2, will be released November 13th of 2024, while Star Wars The High Republic Edge of Balance Premonition will be released April 8th of 2025. Now, of course, we have been mentioned earlier, Star Wars Outlaws. The video game will be released coming up on August 30th, 2024. It's right around the corner. So video game fans, get ready. It's coming. You'll be able to pick that up on PC, Xbox, and PS5. So make sure you get your copy reserved now. That pretty much wraps up the news that we have for you this week. Now, of course, we would love to hear from you and let us know what you think of these publishing announcements and so forth. A lot of great things coming out. And of course, if you do, I mentioned it earlier, if you do come across any articles, news that you think we might need to know and others might like to know, send them to us. We'll review them and see if we can put them in our next Saga World Report. We would love for you to do that and be a part of our team. To do that, you can send us a message or send us links via any of our social media posts. We are on Facebook and X at SW Reactions Pod. We're on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, Tumblr, Pinterest, TikTok, and I think that's it. YouTube as well, all at SW Reactions. You can hit us up there. You can email us anytime, swreactions@gmail.com, or of course at any time you can leave us a voicemail, speakpipe.com/Star Wars Reactions. We would definitely love to hear from you. Now, of course, like I mentioned, our pal David is off this week, but if you do want to reach out and talk to David about his psychology corner or psychology factoids, as we're calling them now, or just about Star Wars in general, you could do that. Hit him up on Twitter X, as he likes to call it, at David_Modders, Instagram at David Modders, or of course you can hit him up on Blue Sky at David Modders, or send messages to our show social, or Carabas, tongue twisted, our Star Wars Reaction socials, and we get him the messages as well. You can always hit me up on my personal X at TA Harris 121079. That's always open and available. I do want to take a quick moment just to give a special shout out to our friend and fellow podcaster, Greg McLaughlin from the Rebel Base Card Podcast, for his creative genius. If you're looking at the graphic for this particular episode, you will see the brand new logo for Saga World Report, designed and created by Greg himself. So thank you, sir, for creating that for us, and we greatly appreciate all the hard work you put into that, and thank you. Can't wait to get you back on here with David and I just to talk about some wars or card collecting or whatever. So, well, with that wraps us up for this week, everybody. Short and sweet, but we will definitely be back next week with an all-new episode. So David will be back with me then too, so be on the lookout for that. But for now, I want to say thank you for joining me and sticking with us. Definitely, we appreciate each and every one of you. We love y'all. We're praying for y'all, wishing y'all the best that life has to offer. We definitely take care of yourselves and your families. I've always said this year that this is a year of kindness, so don't hold back. Go out and do something kind for somebody this week. Doesn't matter what it is. Be kind. To do something, just a simple kind act. You'll never know how that will influence somebody's day and how much it will impact your life. So definitely do that. And I forgot to do the Star Wars Dad Joke of the Week. Carabas! So let's get it done. You ready? We're going to round the wagons up real quick. Here we go. Why are Force Ghosts so relaxed? Why are Force Ghosts so relaxed? It's because nothing gets under their skin. Get it? They're ghosts. Nothing gets under their skin. Oh, I bet that's why Anakin likes being a Force Ghost. He can now go to Tatooine and the sand doesn't get everywhere. You never know. Thank you again for joining us. Y'all are the best. Remember, this is your place for elegant discussion for a more civilized age.
This podcast is not endorsed by the Walt Disney Company or by Lucasfilm Limited. It's intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. The official Star Wars website can be found at www.starwars.com. Star Wars. All names, sounds, and any other Star Wars-related items are registered trademarks and or copyrights of Disney and their respective trademark and copyright holders. All original content of this podcast is the intellectual property of Star Wars Reactions unless otherwise indicated. Star Wars Reactions. Elegant discussion for a more civilized age.